Speaker, my question is for the Minister of Children, Community and Social Services. The Toronto Star posted an article over the weekend, and the headline was shocking. A 14-year-old girl is a sexually mature young woman, not a child, Children's Aid Society lawyer argues in sex abuse suit. As a member of the governing caucus, I found it disturbing to read such a thing, as I know for certain that this is not a position held by our government or the Ontario Progressive Conservative Party. Can the minister please shed some light on this case?
Minister of Children, Community and Social Services.
Thank you very much for that important question. As I read that article, I was embarrassed that somebody would represent a Children's Aid Society in Ontario making that statement. Let me tell you what I did. I have a 14-year-old daughter. She is a child. Any 14-year-old child in the care of this province is a child that we must protect. I immediately reached out to my Deputy Minister to inform her that the position of that defence lawyer was not the position or the views held by me as the Minister, the Progressive Conservative Party of Ontario, or the Government of Ontario today. It is not the position of our Premier or this government caucus, and as I understand it, that lawyer is no longer with the Children's Aid Society of Ontario.
Supplementary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and back to the minister. When I read the story, I was confident that our government would not accept this situation. Unfortunately, this House is reminded of the failures of our child welfare system far too often. Last fall, we heard from Ontario's Chief Coroner, who tabled a report on the death of children in care, and we were reminded that Indigenous children are disproportionately represented in care. Minister, we know this cannot continue. Can you please tell what our government is doing to improve the child welfare system?
Minister.
The coroner's report that we've spoken about many times in this Assembly was one of the most troubling documents that I have ever written, where young girls in the care of the province of Ontario up to 2017 have been trafficked in group homes. So this is not the first time, when we see what's happened in Kenora, that the standards that should be in place have not been met by our child welfare system. That is why we will bring in robust legislation to hold the Children's Aid Societies of this province to a higher standard. These are vulnerable children who deserve our protection, not turning a blind eye, and not certainly with the defence that the previous defence lawyer brought. We are going to encourage more consultation with our Indigenous children, as well as those who are Black and those who are in custody and care. With 3 new roundtables, we recognize that those children are overrepresented. In addition, we will be embedding within my ministry a children's advocate. But let me be clear, if you are receiving government funding to protect a child, I expect you to protect a child.